Welcome to Doug in Exile. Harold Ford Jr. being the punching bag Democrat and doing a terrible job.
When I was in school, my parents actually gave a little more deference to teachers. If I ever came home and complained about school, my mom would go back with me to school and say, give him more of that.
He's saying that his parents were involved in school without realizing that this bill they're arguing over is trying to remove parents' ability to know what's going on in their kids' life in school.
So I think there has to be a balance. But for those who believe that parents should not be involved in schools, that's foolish.
That's a false argument, and Harold Ford Jr. is turning me into a Chevy man.
Parents pay for school either through their tax dollars or they're paying for a private school out of their own, in addition to paying tax dollars. But I think we all got to take a little step back here.
No, friend, you take a step back. Take a step back all the way to the unemployment line, because this is a career-ending take.
But you got to have a balance in school if chemistry and algebra and hard sports are going to be taught, because I don't want parents coming in and saying that shouldn't be the case.
I'm not so sure, Greg, that it's about the subject matter. It's about the philosophy. And the philosophy is that kids are not the property of their parents.
Harold Ford is just now getting up to speed, that this is about who controls the kid? Does the school or does a parent? And this bill is trying to make it so that the school can control them for,
And it's anti-democratic, and the people on the right who want to have input are authoritarian. But when they say that children are the property of the state, aren't they being totalitarian as opposed to authoritarian?
Yeah, well, and also, but if you want to screw the kids, you got to screw the parents first. That means positioning parents as the threat. And what's the ruse that they use to create? In order to create parents as the threat, you have to make it about a right to privacy. This woman mentioned all these rights that are apparently like we're withholding them from children, like the rights to shelter and the rights to food. Shut the F up. I don't know who this lady is, but that's the parents' purview to provide that.
Traditionally, and we are traditionalists, the parents have a right over the kids, and the kids are a dependent of the parent, not of the state. And the state's trying to step in and saying, step back, parents, we'll parent them for you.
But they use this right to privacy ruse, right? It's how activist teachers insert themselves in the lives of kids between them and their parents.
So the parents won't know when the schools want to perform an elective amputation.
They're saying that the right to privacy entails that we can keep secrets together, that you can tell me something and I can tell you something, but you better not tell mommy and daddy because they're going to get really upset.
Really upset is one way of putting it. Another one is me going and confronting a teacher, and that teacher does not want to have that conversation, at least not with me.
Never trust an adult who tells kids it's our little secret. It's now about, it's not what you think anymore, but it's worse. It's indoctrination into a cult.
Which is that they want to take over the kids just like a cult. It is a cult. I'm Doug in Exile.